Hello and welcome to South Asia Focus. I'm your host Uzma Jafri. We begin the show with Afghanistan, where a new TV channel dedicated to women has been launched. It aims at filling the gap in the country's media industry, which is dominated by men. We have a report.
Afghan women carving out a place on the airwaves. Zen TV has kicked off its broadcast, a channel meant to bridge the gap in the country's media, which, like many aspects of Afghan life, is dominated by men. Here, a station by women and for women is a novelty and a risk.
همیشه که من رسانه کار میکنم از ابتدای کارم تا حال هم تهدید میشم و ممانعت خیلی زیاد است، چی از فامیل باشه، از فامیل خودم، چی از کاکاوایم باشه یا ماما، هر کس باشه مخالفت دارن. یعنی هیچ اصلا راضی نیستن که میگن رسانه به یک دختر خانم هیچ خوب نیست. و هم من گپاشون رد میکنم و مو باید به گفته هم کاریم که گفتن باید مبارزه کنیم، از حق دفاع کنیم، چیزی که خوش داریم باید مو بخش کار کنیم و خوش است مامیای مالم هم ممانعت خیلی وجود دارد تو میگن که باید کار نکنیم.
Zen TV, or Women's TV, is run on a shoestring. It relies on a team of more than 50 young women, many of them students. The station's founder says he got the idea for the channel while shifting through job applications for another station and saw several women for applying for an anchor job despite the culture taboo.
بله، فامیل راضی است و من که من کار کنم، چون خانم های دیگه هم هستن که فامیل ها اجازهشون نمیتن که یه جای یک دفتر کار کنن. اصلا من برشان میگم که می دختر خانم ما را اجازه بدن که برن در یک جای راحت کار کنن، چون آزادی حق هر انسان است.
Okay, we thought the program should be different, especially for the women, and those programs which will be like very useful for the societies and for the countries. We have like a morning show, we have the programs, we have the politics, we have health programs, we have education, we have economics and also politics. Like it's entertainment as well. We have a different kind of programs.
There's no guarantee the hard work will pay off. They're up against 40 stations in gut-shot competition for viewers. Only 16 years ago, when the Taliban was overthrown, women were forced to wear head-to-toe burqas if they were allowed to leave the house at all, and girls were banned from school.
The new channel has a variety of programs ranging from news to religion to entertainment. Moving on to Pakistan's Balochistan province, where there has been a sudden rise in cases of human rights violations. Torture, kidnapping and killings of innocent civilians have been reported since the work on China-Pakistan economic corridor has started. A report.
These pictures show armored vehicles of Pakistan Army taking part in operation in Kech region of Balochistan. They have a task to clear path for China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, a collection of industrial projects which is passing through this region. Mud houses of civilians were burnt and children and women were targeted. In many parts of the province, the army kidnapped the civilians and tortured them in custody. Some of them were killed and their bullet-ridden and mutilated bodies were thrown in isolated areas. The state-led atrocities on civilians have increased manifold since a $51.5 billion China-led multi-layered infrastructure project was inaugurated. Known as China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, it aims to connect Kashgar in China's western province of Xinjiang with the port of Gwadar in the Pakistani province of Balochistan. The road and rail network under the project traverses through Gilgit-Baltistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Punjab, Sindh before terminating in Balochistan. Though touted by the Pakistani government as a game changer, there's been a relentless wave of opposition to the project from the local population in many parts of the country.
Some of the key projects of the CPEC are being undertaken in Balochistan. Chief among them is the development of the Gwadar port. To speak more on this, we are now joined by Brahamdagh Bugti, the chief of Baloch Republican Party, living in exile in Geneva. Mr. Bugti, please tell our viewers about the situation in Balochistan.
जी स्पेशली जो वही लोग हैं जो वहाँ पर रहते हैं और जो इस वक्त जो बलूचिस्तान में जो 2-3 प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं काम हो रहे हैं, जैसे पाक चाइना कॉरिडोर का नाम देते हैं ये, वो है, और डीप वेल्स हैं जो देरा बुक्टी में गैस और ऑयल के डीप वेल्स हैं, तो वहाँ पर ये हेल्प विद द हेल्प ऑफ चाइनीज़ काम कर रहे हैं, डीप वेल्स का भी और कॉरिडोर का भी। तो इसमें जो कोई भी रुकावट हो रहा है या जिसकी ज़मीनें आ रही हैं या जो कोई रेजिस्ट कर रहा है पॉलिटिकली, तो वो उसको मार रहे हैं, उठा रहे हैं, ले जा रहे हैं। और कुछ लोग हैं वो कर रहे हैं और ख़ुद भी मैन्यूवर कर रहे हैं अपने आप को, कभी इसके घर कभी उधर, ताकि वो अपना स्ट्रगल पॉलिटिकल भी करते रहें और अपने आप को भी सेफ करें। तो अभी उन्होंने ये किया है कि बस सबके फैमिलीज़ को उठा के ले जाओ, बस।
There are a few reports in media about the human rights violations in Balochistan. Has there been any restriction on media to visit the area?
दिस इज़ द प्रॉब्लम, यही तो प्रॉब्लम है। हम यही तो कह रहे हैं कि वहाँ पर कोई जाने नहीं देता किसी मीडिया को। आप जाएं, आप देखें लोगों को किस सूरत में ज़िंदगी गुजार रहे हैं, कैसे, आप भी नहीं जा सकते। आप किसी इंटरनेशनल, मैं चैलेंज करता हूँ, कोई इंटरनेशनल मीडिया का कोई भी नुमाइंदा वहाँ पर जाए और कवर करे, देखे, लोगों से पूछे कि वो क्या हो रहे हैं और क्या चाहते हैं और जो रोज़मर्रा की ज़िंदगी है वो कैसी है। सिर्फ कोयटा सिटी और गिरदोनवा में हैवी आर्मी और फ्रंटियर कोर के इन्फ्लुएंस में वो ले जाते हैं, कैमरा वालों को दिखाते हैं जो वो खुद दिखाना चाहते हैं। जो असल रियलिटी है वो तो किसी को पता ही नहीं है। हम जानते हैं कि लोग डेली बेसिस पर कैसे रह रहे हैं, कैसे ज़िंदगी गुजार रहे हैं हर रोज़, और क्या मुश्किलात लोगों को आ रही हैं। हम किस तरह लोगों से कम्युनिकेट करते हैं थ्रू स्काइप, व्हाट्सएप, दूसरे जो सेफ तरीके हैं उनसे, क्योंकि नॉर्मल तरीक़ों से अगर से कोई फ़ोन पे कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन दे कि यहाँ पर ये इंसिडेंट हुआ है, वो भी दूसरे दिन मिसिंग हो जाता है।
Despite your opposition, Pakistan and China continue to construct this project. Will it be a success in future?
पाकिस्तान हो, उसके साथ चाइना हो और ईरान हो, जो भी कोई हो, हमारी सरजमीन पर या हमारा जो सॉइल है उस पर जो भी कोई काम हो, हमारे लिए वो थ्रेट है, हमारे ज़िंदगी और मौत का सवाल है। हमारे रिसोर्सेज वायलेट हो रहे हैं, हमारी सरजमीन वायलेट हो रही है, हमारे जो बॉर्डर्स हैं, हमारा जो एक 500 किलोमीटर्स का एक साहिल है, कोस्ट है, कोस्टल बेल्ट है, उस पे जो कुछ हमारे विल के जो बगैर हो, बलोच कौम के विल के बगैर उसके सरजमीन पर कोई चीज़ हो, वो हमारे जींद और मौत का सवाल है। और डेफिनेटली मैं समझता हूँ ये थ्रेट हमारे लिए भी है और उनके लिए भी है। अगर वो समझें तो ज़बरदस्ती, बज़ोर ताकत, बज़ोर बंदूक काम कर सकते हैं, लेकिन उसे मेंटेन नहीं कर सकते। आप कैसे एक चीज़, एक प्रोजेक्ट बनाएंगे जिसके चारों तरफ जो लोग हैं वो उससे खुश ना हो, वो नहीं चाहते हैं, आप ज़बरदस्ती बना रहे हैं, आप उसको मेंटेन कैसे कर पाएंगे? मैं नहीं समझता हूँ इसको कोई मेंटेन कर पाएगा। चाइना हो, पाकिस्तान, ज़बरदस्ती जो कुछ कोई करे बज़ोर ताकत कर सकता है, लेकिन मेंटेन नहीं कर सकता।
Thank you, Mr. Bugti, for making our viewers aware of ground reality in Balochistan. Moving on to Sri Lanka, where the National War Heroes ceremony was held on the 8th anniversary of the end of a 3-decade-long war against Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam, LTTE, separatists and its elusive leader, Velupillai Prabhakaran.
In close proximity to the Sri Lankan Parliament, President Maithripala Sirisena and prominent leaders of the country paid tribute to the martyrs who lost their lives while battling the then terrorist group Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam, or LTTE. Chiefs of all three services of Sri Lanka also paid homage to the warriors of the battle. The President congratulated the country and addressed the gathering.
අපිට 70 දශකයේ මැදභාගයේ සිට ආරම්භ වූ LTT ත්‍රස්තවාදීන්ගේ ම්ලේච්ඡ ක්‍රියාකාරකම් ත්‍රස්තවාදය පරාජය කරන්නට දිවිහිමියෙන් කටයුතු කළ, ජීවිත පරිත්‍යාග කළ, අතපය අහිමිව ආබාධ වූ ඒ ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨ රණවිරුවන් සීකිරීම සඳහා අපි අද දවස ජාතික රණවිරු දිනය වශයෙන් නම් කරලා පසුගිය වසර 8ක පමණ කාලයක් මේ ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨ විරු සමරුව පවත්වනු ලබනවා.
There were heart-rending scenes when some of them couldn't control their tears after seeing their loved ones' names on the war memorial. Tigers demanded a separate homeland for minority Tamils, claiming that they were discriminated by the Sinhalese-led governments since independence from Britain in 1948. LTTE took a violent course for ensuring that its demands are met and indulged in large-scale killings. Sri Lankan forces launched a relentless military offensive against the Tamil terrorists, forcing 10,000 fighters to surrender after the major part of the rebel leadership was killed in the final battle on the beaches of northeastern Mullaitivu. Finally, in May 2009, the then President of Sri Lanka declared the victory of Sri Lankan forces over the LTTE in the parliament.
Significant amount of efforts are being made by the Sri Lankan government to bring Tamils into the mainstream. However, to know the real picture out there, we are now joined by N.N. Jha, former diplomat and an expert on Sri Lanka. Mr. Jha, do you think the life of Tamils has significantly improved since the end of the civil war in 2009?
I would say at best marginally only, since the end of the civil war in 2009, May 2009. That's principally because a large component of the Sri Lankan government army is still stationed in Jaffna. And the land on which they have taken for the purpose of putting up the barracks and so on and so forth, much of it is still with them, and very, very little of it, in fact, has been returned to the original owners. This is the main problem. So the life is still like that, and of course they have a local government now which is very active and trying to help them out. Vignesaran is the former Chief Justice, and he is now the Chief Minister of that province. But it can be done, and with passage of time. But it would be unfair to condemn the Sri Lankan government, because the present government there is much better disposed to the Tamils than the others.
Many Tamil farmers complain that they lost their lands after the war and they have nothing to start their lives afresh. How do you see this?
Well, this is very true, very true. Some small portions have been returned to the original owners. I can't say with certainty to what extent it's farmers and small landholders, or just the urban types or semi-urban types. But some have been returned, but not much. After all, the war ended 7 years ago. And 7 years is enough time to begin the process of returning land and reducing the number of troops they have in that area. I'm not saying Sri Lanka should not keep troops there. They have a right to keep their forces in any part of the country. But now there's no danger of, say, the civil war or any other external attack. So they should reduce the numbers and put them back in barracks wherever they came from in the Sinhala part.
How would you rate the Sri Lankan government's performance in reducing the misery of Tamils?
Not too much, because you see what you need to is to set up factories there, some employment opportunities. Some marginal improvements may have taken place, but not too much. In my opinion, not much due to Sri Lanka government's efforts, because a lot of Sri Lanka Tamil diaspora are staying abroad, and they've been sending money to their relatives and friends in Jaffna to help them to set up, to get on with their life again. So to that extent, there may have been some improvement, but actually the bulk of the task has to be done by the Sri Lankan government at the center. And I think India can come in there and help also in collaboration with the Sri Lankan government, much more. And it's already doing. It's doing a lot now, but much more than this.
Thank you, Mr. Jha, for your thoughts. Moving on. India, which is one of the fastest growing economies of the globe, has had a fascinating history of transition and development. Today, we'll take you to a captivating museum which has magnificently captured the journey of Indian transport system over the years. A report.
Nearly 70 kilometers from the national capital of India, New Delhi, the building on your screen possesses India's centuries-old history of transportation system. The Heritage Transport Museum is located in Gurugram, which embarked upon its journey with the assistance of Government of India. Today attracts visitors from all walks of life.
It's all unique. It's really well thought of, put together really well. Everything's restored and put together in such a way that it's mind-blowing.
A gallery showcases the evolution of early two-wheelers in India, including bicycles, scooters, motorcycles and mopeds. Pre-mechanized transportation modes ever since the wheel was invented are blissfully displayed at the site. People can also get a glimpse of palanquins, bullock carts, horse carriages and camel carts. The railway section explores the grandeur of travel by rail through a historically inspired railway platform. The aviation section displays early models of aircrafts used in India. The automobile gallery showcases the evolution of Indian car industry, as well as cars that have been used since the advent of motoring. A Contessa Classic encrusted with 18,902 1 rupee coins has been getting a lot of attention. But what attracted the visitors most is a steam locomotive. The museum recently completed the restoration of its 1953 junk steam locomotive. It's the first time that a private museum has a finally functional steam locomotive. It literally spews energy in a wondrous display of power and might. It took years to restore the engine. The chief engineer has more to tell.
This junk locomotive was manufactured in Germany in 1953 and this was purchased by the railways and this was running at Darien zone where there was Rotak Industries Limited. They were making food grains. It was running there. There were more than half a dozen locos there and one British loco was also there. And for some reasons it was closed in 1984. Then this loco was in idle conditions. Then in 2008 I inspected the loco. I put up a report to the railway board for recommissioning the loco, but somehow railway did not pay it because during that time I already retired from service. Then subsequently this loco was purchased by these heritage industries and one retired railway officials got in touch with me and through him I contacted this person. In last March I came here and I put up a report to him that this can be made to run.
The museum provides a glimpse into the history of the transport modes in India. It has become an epitome of how international and national tourists can be engaged creatively to become a part of our history.
India has a vast history in every sphere. Moving on to Nepal. Everest, the world's highest peak, has seen a record number of climbers this season due to a backlog resulting from the 2014 and 2015 avalanches. Although some lucky ones completed the summit, many have lost their lives due to tough conditions while scaling Mount Everest. We have a report.
Spanish climber Kilian Jornet reached the summit of Mount Everest, the world's highest mountain, at midnight on May 21 after a 26-hour climb. Jornet, who made his first attempt on Mount Everest in September 2016, reached the summit via the north face of the 8,848-meter peak in a single climb from base camp at 5,100 meters without the help of bottled oxygen or fixed ropes.
So it's 2 hours in the morning and I will rest 2 hours here in ABC and after continue to the summit.
Nepal has cleared 371 climbers to Mount Everest in the current season, which ends in May. Nearly 200 climbers went to Tibet, from where the summit can also be scaled. A selected team of Gurkha soldiers was set to attempt to summit Everest in 2015 to celebrate 200 years of Gurkha service to the British Crown, but were forced to return after an earthquake killed dozens and forced mountaineers off the world's tallest peak. Thapa Magar, along with 2 other Gurkhas, became the first serving Gurkha soldiers to reach the summit of Mount Everest on May 15.
I think obviously being a mountain itself, Everest is also, is herself is huge and it's basically mountain on top of the mountain, and it comes with a lot of conditions. I think the weather being one of the primary one we need to focus, and then also the snow conditions. Yeah.
Many climbers even failed to beat the tough conditions at Mount Everest and lost their lives. The body of an 85-year-old Nepalese climber was flown back to Kathmandu on May 7, one day after he died at base camp. Min Bahadur Sherchan was on his way to the 8,848-meter Everest summit to reclaim the oldest climber's record, now held by 80-year-old Yuichiro Miura of Japan, who climbed in 2013.
He was supposed to climb Mount Everest at the age of 86 years, and unfortunately he was at base camp, and unfortunately he died last night, and it is a great loss for the whole mountaineering fraternity.
On May 22, 2008, a record 135 climbers made it to the top of Everest in a single day. The record was broken on May 19, 2012, when 179 individuals reached the top in a single day to a traffic jam caused by a small weather window.
In 2015, quake-triggered avalanches killed 19 climbers. Now moving back to India, where people in its northern part are gratified by a 15-day-long summer festival being held in Saputara, which has not only provided people respite from hot summer days, but also a tourist destination where they are relishing their summer break. Have a look.
Music, cuisine and extravaganza. A colorful summer festival in Saputara is attracting large number of people from across the country. There is an atmosphere of gaiety and celebration all around, with visitors enjoying various forms of tribal dances. Everybody is rejoiced by the atmosphere.
जी हमें बहुत मजा आ रहा है हम पहली बार ऐसा कुछ देख रहे हैं हमें पता भी नहीं था कि इस तरह का ये समर कुछ उत्सव शुरू होने वाला है पर आज देखकर बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है
Organizers are delighted with the footfall in the festival and are committed to make it better in coming years. They say that their endeavor is to make Saputara one of the best tourist spots of the country.
समर फेस्टिवल का सेलिब्रेशन करते हैं जिसमें हमारा प्रमुख उद्देश्य यह है कि यहाँ जो आने वाले प्रवासी हैं उनको एक नाइट लाइफ मिल रहा है उनको शाम को जब अंधेरा हो जाता है उसके बाद भी एक मनोरंजन का एक सोर्स मिले और यहाँ पे हो रहे मंच पे जो कार्यक्रम किए जा रहे हैं उसमें स्टेज शो में ऑर्केस्ट्रा हास्य दरबार डायरो और विविध डांस क्लब जैसे कार्यक्रम आयोजित किए गए उसके अलावा पूरे सापुतारा में भी दिन भर मैजिक शो कार्टून कैरेक्टर्स और विविध कार्यक्रम ऐसे किए जा रहे हैं जिनसे पर्यटकों को एक अपने जो नॉर्मल रूटीन जो यहाँ की जो प्रकृति देखने की है उसके अलावा भी थोड़ा और मनोरंजन को मिल रहे ये हमारा उद्देश्य है
This 15-day-long festival provides ample time to the tourists to relax, enjoy and entertain themselves with plethora of general gaieties prevailing all around. A boat ride between the beautiful hills in the morning is perfect activity to start a day with. Culture is the essence of the festival and you can get a glimpse of various types of dance during the daytime as well. The diverse, colorful culture of the city, the hospitality of the people, and the mesmerizing, exotic location of this festival make it an unforgettable and exclusive experience.
Festivals in the country are celebrated with great joy and enthusiasm. With that, we come to the end of this week's episode. See you next week. Take care. Goodbye.